was out with my daughter the other day, and I was feeling a little nostalgic, and I started thinking about why I started sailing. And it was a lot of reasons. One of them, the main one, is really just to reconnect with my family. I spent the last, I don't know, 8 or so years being kind of selfish and doing a lot of stuff for me and for a lot of other people that I don't regret doing. But I really wanted to reconnect with the kids, so I took my daughter out today. I'll show you in a second. And we're back at the spot where the family began. This is the Hudson River, and this is actually the beach where I met my wife back in 2000. We used to pull all our jet skis up right here and basically just party on this beach, which is the seawall in Haverstraw, New York. And we would literally just bring coolers and barbecues, and there'd be 50 jet skis lined up right here. It was awesome. Just jet ski after jet ski, and there's several different beaches. And there's my daughter. But yeah, this is actually where everything began for my family. Met my wife right here. She's wearing a little one-piece bathing suit. I was like, ooh, I like that. So I swam out here, took a bucket, grabbed some mud, and dumped it on her. And then, wouldn't you know it, she wouldn't talk to me for quite some time. But yeah, I've been married a long time now. Jeez Louise. Oh, giggity, giggity. Anyway, just out with the daughter. We were going to take a hike today, and I want to go swing by the new marina, which I'm really, really excited about. Got accepted into Minisiongo Yacht Club. It's a private club, and it's just north of Haverstraw in a very secluded little pond. So we'll go show you guys that. Come spring, we'll talk more about that. So if you're coming up the Hudson, they have great transient rates and a really well protected harbor. Probably the most protected on the Hudson. I mean, Haverstraw Marina is well protected, but Minisiongo, I think, was like one of the only marinas that didn't have much damage after Sandy, and you'll see why when I show it to you. But yeah, so just hanging out with my daughter. Cold. This is where me and Mommy met. I'm not sure if many of you have ever sailed in the Hudson, but right here, this is Haverstraw Bay. It's huge. It's over a mile across. Really deep water, and you get some really great wind in here. All the way over there is Croton on the Hudson, or as they call it, Half Moon Bay. I guess after the half moon that came up the Hudson with Henry Hudson in, what was it, 1608 or 1609, while they were looking for a passage, I think to the Bering Sea. No, yes, disregard all that. I don't know. I'll have to figure it. So this is my new marina, Minisiongo Yacht Club. I am on dock 2, very far end finger, right there, all to myself. But look at this place. Between the levees and the cofferdam, I mean, it's so protected in here. It's rather small. That's the way we want it, right? So more of a community here. And then right where we have our entrance into the marina, they have chains that go across during storms or during the winter to keep all debris out. But it's beautiful here. Brand new yacht club up here as well for the members, and it's awesome. Super stoked to be here. Plus, even at low tide, we have 9 feet of water here, so that's key. And the channel that's coming out of Stony Point Bay, mind you, I'm about a quarter mile north of Haverstraw Bay now. We have a channel that comes right out of Stony Point Bay, and that's dredged. Another cool thing is, if you look up there, you'll see a lighthouse. That's the Stony Point battlefield. Some Revolutionary War stuff happened there. And then, if you look underneath those transmission towers, that's where the replica of Henry Hudson's Half Moon sits most seasons. There's also a nuclear power plant up there, but it's now decommissioned, and that is for Plank. Pretty cool area. There's another really great bay just past the battlefield, and a great anchorage also on the other side of there, but just past the the battlefield, is another beautiful bay for sailing. It's a little shallower, but it's still really wonderful up there. Some good wind. But yeah, this is Hudson River up in Haverstraw, New York, Stony Point area. So do you like the new marina? It's much better than the old one, huh? You don't want to be on film. I think this is definitely going to be my spot. Right out back of the clubhouse. You can't see it now because of all these beautiful benetos. There's a perfect view of the marina. And from what I'm told, everyone just sits out here and drinks wine and relaxes and tells war stories. Can't wait. We need spring immediately. Look at all these beautiful boats. That's actually the boat I really want, thanks to sailing Zatara when they started out on their Oceanus 55. Fell in love with it then. Maybe one day, we'll see. Since I'm out here being all nostalgic, this is the boat that started it all for me. This is Nemo. This is my friend's boat. It's a 28 Freedom, and yeah, it's the first boat I sailed on this year, and then fell in love, and then bought my own. This is a cool boat. This boat was bought in Texas and then sailed to New York, and then she's awesome. And it's a centerboard. A lot of fun on this boat. So, my daughter and I are going to go ahead and walk the river trail. And again, this is actually the trail where Benedict Arnold escaped back to England. So, definitely a cool little walk here, back through time. They also had a quarry here when they were building the original Tappan Zee Bridge. We'll show you all that. There's a lot of little abandoned structures. And then there's some really old ruins up in the woods that definitely predate anything from the quarry, definitely colonial, but you got to check out this view. This is the Great Haverstraw Bay right here. We're walking right above it. If you have a tender, you can absolutely just pull right in. There's a ton of little wharfs right below us here, and you can take your tender right in. And there's very deep water right out here, just off the channel. If you have navionics or a chart plotter, you should be fine. The trail's paved for a portion of the way, and then it goes to gravel. If you walk the entire thing, starting here in Dutchtown, you can make your way down to Rockland Lake, and of course see all the ruins from the Knickerbocker Ice Company. And then if you follow it even further, you wind up in Nyack, New York, which is a great path. Again, anyone sailing up the Hudson should really come walk this. There's so much history back here, and just cool ruins to go look at. And if you're into ruins, leave me a comment here, and I can put up videos of some really awesome abandoned spots in the area. Hey guys, if you actually want to read this, just pause the video. This is all about Benedict Arnold. Hey, 9 Lives. It comes past our house too. There's another ruin along this path. Kind of neat. Some sort of park office or something. Ooh. This one definitely burned down. There's nothing in here. But tons of these all over this trail. Kind of cool. And then the real old ones are right up this path, up here. But I'm not sure if I'm going to walk up there right now. You go up this path, and that's the stuff that's definitely colonial. Right back up in here. You can kind of see some of the walls. Neat. It's a fern. Ooh. So here's a entrance where it turns to gravel. And now you're going to be dirt and gravel the entire way down to Nyack. And again, if you're sailing up the Hudson, look for that marker. You can see the marker right there through the woods, right in Haverstraw, right as you come into Haverstraw. and you're going to want to just basically find a good spot to anchor there, and then you can take your tender in and explore all this. It's awesome. Right here, we're actually coming up to the quarry. So this is the quarry where they took a lot of stone from back in the day. If you go continue up there, you can find a lot of the processing portions that are still there. One cool thing about this is basically they created a natural amphitheater. So sometimes you'll find the kids up here playing music or drums or guitar or whatever, and the sound just echoes off the granite. But yeah, pretty neat. If you ever get up here. You know, one other thing is if you want a channel that shows a lot of what the Hudson has, and I plan on bringing that to you guys because it really is a wonderful place to sail. But Sailing 9 Lives, they're based out of Cornwall, which isn't too far from here. It's a bit north of West Point. They have a really cool channel. I know they've just gone down south, but there's a couple of really great videos about sailing the Hudson, places to anchor, and you know, up the north shore, sorry, the south shore of Long Island. So I would give them a check out, or check them out, whatever. I know I'm not talking well today. And I'm not hungover, I swear. I'm just cold here with my daughter. Oh, and here might be a better view of the channel marker that you can look for if you want to find these spots on the Hudson. It's directly across from Croton as well. So a lot of stuff to do here. I don't think the Hudson gets enough credit for how beautiful it is to boat on, especially as you get further up north. There's a landslide here. That's new. That's pretty neat. But yeah, definitely check them out. Come spring, I'm going to get you guys a ton of footage from the Hudson and our adventures north and south of Haverstraw Bay. So we're down here by a cool little beach and some more ruins. You can see how awesome people really are. It's so disgusting. Lack of respect some people have. Now this whole little area, back in the day, was an actual little beach club with a whole bunch of picnic tables and stuff. Let's go out to the beach. These are some of the old concrete picnic tables, and if I read it right, this was an old concession stand right here. And of course it's burned down, probably filled with trash. Ooh, nothing here. So, if you are to pull your tender up, you're perfectly fine getting in here. It's a nice sandy loam, pretty decent, and it's pretty protected. You would basically come in, you'd look for those ruins and those, and you would walk straight up the path here, which will take you to the river walk, which goes forever. Maybe tomorrow we'll get over to Nyack side of it so you can see some of that. But this is definitely a hidden gem of the Hudson Valley, and it's generally pretty lax. There's not a lot of people that come here. Here's a fun fact. Right there, this is a GoPro, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's a brown building. That is Sing Sing, going up the river. And then, under the transmission lines I showed you earlier, was the quarry, the limestone quarry that they built the prison out of. And that is now a 500-foot deep limestone quarry that is filled with crystal clear water, buildings sticking out of it. You can go cliff jumping, but if you get caught there, you're going to jail too. So don't get caught. But you'd pull up to the sandy beach just north of the plank, and you can walk right up to it. Basically right underneath the transmission lines. But yeah, this is a cool little tiny man-made bay, and like I said, you can definitely pull your tenders up here. And then you'll find all this cool stuff. You think it's just a sandstone rock, but what it really is brick. Haverstraw was a brick town. That's why it's nicknamed Bricktown. And they made bricks here, and you'll find these from all the scattered stuff and wrecks and whatnot. They're all over the place. Pretty cool though. See if we can do this. Only 2. As you can see, the litter bugs have been here too. So why can't you just take out your own trash? But if you come here, there's a nice little spot for a fire. I would tend to think if you're going to pull up here with a tender, to definitely go into the protected cove versus this side, which would be towards Bowline. There's actually, where those 2 factories are, there's a lake or a portion of the river that's just as calm as a pond. It was actually a collapse there into the mines, and a portion of the town sank. It's really deep, and it's a good spot to go if you're ever on the river and it gets super stormy. It's protected in there. Just stay left. Make sure you have something on that tells you the water depths, because if you go a little bit too far to the right, headed in, you'll hit rocks. Stay to your left. It looks like you're on shore, but you're absolutely in a channel there. But pretty cool. That's the Tilcon plant. A lot of concrete and aggregate coming out of there. But cool little spot. Take a tender, have a picnic. Just don't mind the trash. These filthy animals. So I'm going to try to get you more of this stuff, like I said, come spring, but as the winter carries on, I like to go out hiking with the kids. So maybe I'll start doing some more attractions right off the Hudson, just north of Manhattan, a little further up. But yeah, if you like these, comment, let me know, and I'll keep doing them. If not, I'll keep them to myself. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.